Today's flow will be a feel-good flow specifically designed to cultivate gratitude. Daily gratitude habits have been shown to decrease stress, improve sleep, improve overall physical health, and increase empathy. So, if you are ready, grab your mat and water and let us begin. To begin, come down onto your back, soles of the feet together, knees falling to both sides, bringing your left hand to your chest, right hand to the belly. And just arrive at the mat. Feel the rise and fall of the breath, filling your heartbeat. And start to cultivate some gratitude by thinking of things that you are grateful for. Try to think of at least 3 things that you're grateful for. And this doesn't have to be big things. It can be average, everyday things. That you're able to wake up this morning, that you're able to get on your mat, for the sunshine or for the rain, for a smile from a stranger. Anything that you're grateful for. Just think of those things. Bring your attention fully to those things that you're most grateful for. Take one more breath here in this position. And then on your exhale, bring your knees back up and start to windshield wipe the legs, letting them fall to one side and then the other. Eventually finding your way into a spinal twist, letting the knees fall to the left side, arms open to a T. If this is too much, you can always bring a block or a rolled up blanket under the right shoulder to increase the stretch. Look towards the right hand. On your next exhale, coming back to center and switching to the other side. Knees now falling to the right side. Arms to a T. And the option to send your gaze over to the left side. Bring your attention to the sensations of the body. Feel the stretch, feel the opening through the chest, through the back. Taking one more deep breath here. On your exhale, coming back to center. Bringing your hands to the back of the thighs. And begin rocking front and back. Taking a rolling like a ball. Building up momentum until you're able to balance on your sacrum in a boat pose. So knees at a 90-degree angle, or you can straighten them out if that's within your practice. Arms out in front of you, or if you need a little bit more support, you can bring them behind you. And crossing the legs, coming forward and through into hands and knees position. Taking a cat-cow, inhaling. Exhaling, arching through the spine, looking towards the belly button. Inhaling, softening through the belly, looking up. Exhaling, arching the spine. Inhaling, looking up. Then taking any movements that feel right to you, taking circles, taking spinal rolls, and then stepping back into plank position, taking knees down to the mat. Then your chest down, chin, sliding forward into baby cobra, and tucking the toes and pushing the hips back into downward facing dog. Taking a moment to bend through the knees, walking out the downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, and then looking towards the front of the mat, stepping towards the front into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up to standing, reaching up towards the sky, cactusing the arms and taking a slight back bend. Inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping the right foot back into a low lunge, lowering the right knee. And On your next exhale, stepping back into plank position, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, and on your next exhale, stepping the right foot towards the front of the mat, left knee now down to the mat in a low lunge. On your next exhale, stepping the left foot to meet the right, forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, and reaching up to the sky, taking a slight back bend once more. Inhaling, arms up, and taking a twist to the right arm reaching to the back of the mat. Inhale, center, exhale to the left hand reaching to the back. Exhale to center. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping the right foot back into a warrior one position. Reaching the arms back behind you, clasping the fingers, and lowering the left shoulder down to the inner left knee into humble warrior, and flowing down and back up. And down one more time, holding the humble warrior here, letting the knuckles fall towards the front of the mat. Trying to bring that left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. And sending gratitude to yourself, bowing toward the earth. On your next exhale, coming back up, unclasping the hands and bringing the hands to the mat, stepping the left foot back into plank position and taking a flow, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog, and back to downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. On your next exhale, stepping the right foot towards the top of the mat and rising up into a warrior one position, reaching the arms behind you, clasping the fingers, opening through the chest, and bringing that right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. And if it feels good in your body, flowing from here. Inhale, standing up. Exhale, leaning forward. And staying in the humble warrior, letting the knuckles fall towards the front of the mat. Feeling the sensations in the body in this pose. Taking one more deep breath here. And on your exhale, rising back up to warrior one and bringing the hands to the mat. Framing the foot and bringing the left foot to meet the right in forward fold. Inhale, rising up to standing position and walking the feet out to a little bit wider than mat width distance apart. Toes pointed slightly outward and lowering down into Malasana, bringing your elbows to the inside of your knees. If this is too much, you can just come down halfway or bring a block underneath your sacrum. Just feeling the opening through the hips. And on your next exhale, bringing your hands down to the mat and stepping back into plank position. Taking a flow here, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and pushing back into downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, and on your exhale, lifting the right leg up toward the sky in three-legged dog, bending the knee and opening through the hip. If it's within your practice, you can take a wild thing here by bringing the right foot towards the mat to the left side, reaching the right arm up and over, keeping the left leg straight, feeling the opening through the chest. And on your next exhale, coming back to a three-legged dog, bringing the right foot back to the mat, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here before coming to the left side, reaching the left leg up and back, three-legged dog, opening up through the hip. And if it's within your practice, coming into wild thing, bringing the left foot down to the ground and opening up through the chest, reaching the left arm up. On your next exhale, coming back to center if you took Wild Thing, and bringing the left foot to meet the right in Downward Facing Dog. Taking a breath here. Your next exhale, bringing your right leg up behind you into a three-legged dog position. Shifting the weight forward, bringing the right knee to the chest, lowering the right knee by the right thumb, and bringing the shin as close to parallel to the front of the mat as feels comfortable to you. Coming into pigeon pose. If you find yourself leaning to the right side, you can bring a block or a blanket under the right hip. Sinking into the pose, feeling the opening through the outer hip. And every exhale, releasing a little bit further. Taking one more deep breath here. On your exhale, rising back up, bringing the hands to the mat, and lifting back into three-legged dog and into downward facing dog. Taking a breath. And coming to the left side, lifting the left leg in downward facing dog, bringing the left knee to the left thumb, squaring out the hips and lowering down into our Ekapada Rajakapotasana, our pigeon pose. And just noticing the sensations, noticing any emotions that are coming up, feeling those emotions and then letting them go. On your next exhale, rising back up, bringing your weight into the left hip, swinging the right leg around, keeping the left leg where it is, bending the right knee, and bringing the right knee over the left knee in a shoelace position, making sure the knees are lined up, keeping your spine straight. If you'd like more of a stretch, you can begin to lean forward on top of that right leg, reaching your hands towards the front of the mat. Or if this is too much sensation, you can bring a block or anything you have around you in between the knees. On your next exhale, bring your hands behind you and switching the legs. This time bringing the right leg down to the mat, bending the knee, bringing the left leg over the right. Knees are lined up, left leg is also bent. And breathing into the stretch. And every inhale, breathing in, every exhale, releasing a little bit further. Taking one more breath here. And on your exhale, bringing your hands behind you. Lifting up, releasing the legs, coming into a cross-legged position and rolling over into a hands and knees position. Walking the hands a little bit more forward to the front of the mat and melting the chest down to the mat. Making sure that the hips are over the knees, taking a puppy pose. If this is too much, you can always bring something underneath your chest. And just sinking into the pose, feeling the release through the shoulders. On your next exhale, coming forward into a Sphinx pose and lowering the body to the mat, bringing the hands to the sides of the mat, tenting the fingers and lifting the upper back, using the muscles of the back. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down, bring the hands to the sides of the mat, lifting the upper body, the arms, and the legs out behind you. Lifting, 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 using all the muscles. One more inhale, and on your exhale, releasing down to the mat, pushing back into child's pose. Just releasing here, releasing the tension. Coming back to those things that you're grateful for. Maybe adding some new things to the list. Coming back to the breath, taking a deep inhale. Then on your exhale, beginning to shift back forward into hands and knees position and pushing the hips back into downward facing dog. Taking an inhale here, and on your exhale, stepping towards the front of the mat, lowering down to the mat, feet on the mat, one vertebrae at a time until you're on your back. Placing the hands to the sides of the rib cage and pushing through the feet and the shoulders, pushing the pelvis up towards the sky, activating through the glutes, lengthening through the spine. And on your next exhale, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Now you can take bridge pose again or take full wheel by bringing the hands up by the shoulders, fingers facing towards the shoulders, and bring the weight into the hands, into the feet, pushing up into a full wheel. When you're ready to release, start by bringing the head towards the mat, lowering the shoulders, and lowering the vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time. Taking a moment for the spine to settle back to neutral. Then bringing the knees to the chest, giving yourself a hug, maybe rocking side to side if that feels good for you. And then bringing the feet towards the sky, bending the knees and taking a happy baby. Just rocking side to side if that feels good. Or finding stillness. Breathing into the stretch. Feeling the opening sensation through the hips. And on your next exhale, releasing down and finding your Shavasana. Letting the feet fall towards the sides, releasing the hands to the sides, or if you like, you can bring the right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart like we did at the beginning of this practice. Just breathing in, cultivating that feeling of gratitude again, maybe remembering those things that you're grateful for. Remembering that you can pause throughout the day and find gratitude. And just relax all the muscles of the body. Release any control of the breath. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Begin to bring awareness to your body resting on your mat. Maybe bringing some small movements into the fingers and toes, taking a full body stretch. And when you're ready, meet me in a comfortable seated position. Just taking your time and take a moment to send some gratitude to yourself for doing something good for your body, for your mind. Take one last inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, bringing hands to your third eye and down to your heart. Namaste, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. See you next time.